Hi, this is Monique Shelton, mother of 5 fabulous children. Been married to my husband for 25 years, and he's fabulous too. So I'm here to bring you the word of the week, and the word of the week is actually the same word as last week, except it's going to be part 2 of my testimony. So the word is Revelations 12:11. They overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony. So I'm giving my testimony. I felt the Lord pressed upon me to do this. And so it's not comfortable, but I'm doing it because I love the Lord and I'm obedient. I will be obedient. So here you go. So I think that I left off I was going into high school, and all these things had happened to me as a child, and it was really, really difficult. I just really didn't feel like I said I wasn't going to survive until I was 12 because it was just so bad. At times, both my parents had been in jail. I had lived with grandmothers. I had lived with aunts. I had lived with different people. I actually went to 22 different schools during my childhood, going from place to place to place, which was really hard, having to restart and just not feeling very stable. Home base was not stable. So it was really difficult. And in school, I didn't feel, I don't know, I just didn't feel grounded or, like I could do what I needed to do. But I did feel like the safest there because at least at school, it was regulated and things were very ordered and structured, which in my home life, they weren't very structured. So I totally, I liked going to school. So when I entered high school, I think I was like 12 or 13, and I'd already been molested and things had already been happened and abused, physically abused. It was just really bad. So I thought the way to get and receive love was through having boyfriends and just being intimate. And I went through relationship after relationship looking for love in all the wrong places. I was a party girl. I started smoking at the age of 13. I guess finding some stress relief, some relief, going out of my mind because, you get a little buzz when you first start smoking and then it becomes addiction. And it was really bad for me because I have asthma. And so my lungs were already weak, and I started doing that and just kind of destroying my body. But, I would go out with my friends and party every weekend. We would drink. Sometimes we would do drugs. I, got suspended from school for doing drugs. My dad caught me doing pot, and I did all kinds of drugs just to kind of, I think, escape. And also that was the environment that I lived in, so I didn't really know any better. Like I didn't know that there was kind of another life out there with all the, drinking and drugs that were around me. Like how would I know any better? But so, and things just escalated from the time I was 13. That's when I lost my virginity, supposedly after being molested. And that was a really bad experience. I didn't even know this person, and in his truck, and he just used me. I was very used and abused, and I just felt very dirty and very horrible. Even though I was doing these things to find love, it just felt like it was more compounding the bad feelings inside of me instead of making me feel wanted or loved or special or the way that we all desire to feel accepted. And so, yeah, it was really hard. So by the age of 16, my father put me in a mental institution because I was suicidal, was writing suicide notes. I tried to cut my wrists. I was cutting. I took a bunch of pills, and he actually tied my hands and legs up, my ankles and my wrists, and threw me, well, not threw me, but he had to wrestle me into the back of his car and took me to a mental hospital. And I was there for about a week. I was also anorexic because through the stress, I just wouldn't eat. So I was like probably 80 pounds. And I just saw even myself, like my leg bones and everything. I looked sick. I looked like I had anorexia, and it was really bad, and I was getting thinner and thinner. And I remember going days just forgetting to eat because it wasn't even important to me, and I didn't even want to eat. It was like I was living in a haze because it was just all the trauma, I think, was compounded on me, and my emotions and my body was just shutting down. And so I remember being in that institution and really feeling almost like an out-of-body experience in the institution. I felt like I was disassociated from my mind, like I couldn't really even think or feel myself. And it was, I guess it was safe because I couldn't hurt myself, but it didn't feel like a very safe place. I think it was a very, like a county hospital in LA. Thank God my dad was trying, but it didn't offer any relief to me because there was no Jesus. But so that is going to be part 2. There's more because God has done so much and I'm so grateful for him. But this will be a longer video. All right. I love you. Have a great week. Bless Jesus. He's so good. Amen.